Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on the link. And you wouldn't believe I've just been sitting at home, watching my Zoom channel. No, just seriously. Mr. Hap Klopp has come by tonight to say hello to you before he comes and visits us on Thursday. And I had the opportunity to introduce you to him, so you get to know him a little bit better. So, Mr. Klopp, thank you so much. Or shall I call you Hap? Is that
Please
fine
don't
too?
have. It's a
All
there's a long story about that. Maybe I'll share it on Thursday.
All right. Well, everybody, HAP is coming to us on Thursday. As you know, it's Earth Day. And once a month, I brought to you many different things about our environment, sustainability, going green, recycling. So, HAP, what can you tell us about the DNA of the North Face, you, and Earth Day? How does it all come together?
Well, it was integrally interwoven. I mean, we believed when we were starting the company, and I said we uh, started it, and there were 14 people there, and we've grown the entire industry based on what we're doing. And we're originally focused around the outdoors. People laugh at that now because they think of it primarily as an apparel company, but original products were sleeping bags and tents and packs. And our whole concept was to take people deep into the wilderness. We believed that in the wilderness was the preservation of Earth. Thoreau said that. We adhered to that. We thought that we had a mission, which was to send people to the wilderness so that they would have a better perspective on society's problems. And in the 60s, that was a big time. Now, in this new year, not just COVID, but with all the Black Lives Matter and the disruption perturbations going on, I see a parallel with the times and the need and the need for that to come back to some semblance of sanity and reality, because with climate change, with the Earth Day focusing, and it's growing. The reason it's growing is that we have a pretty finite planet. We need to do something about it to preserve it. Not necessarily for my generation, because I'm fading out relative to the kids, but my kids, my grandkids. It's really important that they have a planet that is habitable. And as a result of that, I still am wedded to the concept of sustainability and environment. And I actually teach that at a university.
That's exactly what we have been discussing throughout this past year, or since COVID. I hate to say that's the year, but about our future and everybody's grandkids and children. And so you do teach. Now, what do you do right now? I guess we mentioned the DNA of the North Face, and I know we're going to be talking a lot about that. So, do you wish you were still with North Face, um, with this, with the environment going on right now? Are you able to help them out currently?
I'm able to help them out. When you say wish with the North Face, I don't think I'd like to be in the management. It's a $3 billion company now, and when you're of that size and you're a public company, you have a lot of stakeholders that you're beholden to. And I'm more a disruptor, and I like to do things differently. And many of the issues that I would tackle, I would perhaps be more aggressive than you could be at that size. And I prefer to do rather than be in meetings, and so that's the case. But they're kind enough to invite me back on a regular basis to talk about the purpose of the company, the DNA. And that's when we get into the fact that we had this purpose of helping society, of helping the earth and the environment. And they have a number of programs going on that are not necessarily visible to the public, but they give a good portion of their revenue to sustainability initiatives and into initiatives of taking intercity people to the wilderness. They've developed a number of products which are environmentally friendly that they're developing, and they're part of an effort along with Patagonia and some of the other REI and some of the outdoor companies to really get the environment at the forefront of society.
Where are you now? Hap, what do you call home? Out west in California?
It's Berkeley, California.
Berkeley, California.
Right. I've been here ever since I left. I grew up in Spokane, Washington, and then went to school south of here in Stanford. Got an undergraduate and graduate degree there. Got an MBA there, and then started the business after I left the MBA program. And I'll talk
Have you
about.
ever been to Florida? Have
Oh
you ever
yeah,
been to the
Yeah, I've been there a number of times, and one of the companies I've on one of the board members is out of Miami Beach. It's an investment firm called HIG, and they're located there. So we have at least one board meeting a year to come down and visit them. And then also, I'm working with a health and wellness company that has everything from IV drip therapy to DNA analysis to genome analysis to developing a digital passport for health and wellness. And one of their clusters of clinics is in the Miami area. Uh, and they're in Las Vegas, New York, Miami, and expanding pretty rapidly. They have 100 around the globe. So I get down there to see that as well. So yes,
Oh, wow. Okay.
that's a
Well,
lengthy answer to a short question, but
oh,
yes.
that's great. No, I don't. I said I haven't. I've really only know my bubble, which is the East Coast. I my family, some of my family lives on the West Coast, and it's so far away. But I guess it's only like a 3 or 4 hour plane ride.
Yeah.
So, and then your kids all live in California as well.
No, my son and his family live in Austin, Texas. In fact, my wife and I are going there next week to visit him and visit our grandson there. And then I have a daughter here who lives only about 30 miles away from us in Berkeley, and she and her husband have two boys. One of them is at Stanford University now. He's a soccer player there, and we're happy to say they're just announced they're going into the national championship as a four-seeded team. So we'll be watching a little bit of that on TV too.
Oh, congratulations. So everybody, we could talk all sorts of stories about about grandkids playing soccer. I'm sure that you've missed a lot of your family during the virus. So behind you, the North Face, conquering the North Face. Have you, what is, we could always talk about things like that. How many books have you published, written?
Well, I've written three, two of which I really like. I wrote them my way. I'm an entrepreneur, so you might think that the third one I wrote the way they wanted, and I didn't like it very much. So the two I talk about is this one, which is you see over my shoulder, Conquering the North Face, which is about success, and it uses storytelling to be able to put in the tenets of leadership and success. And then the second one is called Almost, and it's about 12 months with a Silicon Valley company that should have succeeded and failed. So I have one about success and one about failure. And as I said, they're all written in a storybook fashion because I think parables are a way to remember something more than 7 habits of highly effective people or whatever, which I always had trouble adapting to the real world.
I like that. I think, yeah, you and I could talk a lot because yeah, we follow rules and corporate and non-corporate. The good thing is that we're a private country club. So I know we're going to enjoy listening to you out of the box thinking and learning about what you've done over all these years. So everybody, Thursday actually, we have a new time, Mr. Clapp, excuse me.
Mhm.
He has to has to be in a meeting, and like I said, he's on the West Coast. So we're going to start at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we'll
Eastern
go.
Daylight Time, I suppose.
Pardon?
Eastern Daylight Time, I
Eastern
suppose.
Daylight Time. Yes, we call it EST, right? Um, so he will be joining us before his meeting, but we're going to meet at 7:30 on Thursday, and he'll go over his amazing story about how he conquered, well, how he started North Face, the DNA analysis of the North Face, and anything else you guys want to know. So,
We'll leave plenty of time for questions to make sure. Mhm.
and then maybe I'll tell you how I found this wonderful, amazing man too. And there'll be a lot more people like him coming and talking to us throughout the summer. So I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye bye.
Forward to it. Mhm.